Alright, so we are back for another video on what if humanity restarted. And last episode we had the discovery of Japan. Uh, we have the discovery of this island, although nothing has been done with the island yet. Um, Over in Africa we have a couple new southern African countries. I think these have expanded last. I could be wrong, but at this point now we have the French and well, really Western Europe as a whole, just improving their navy a whole lot for them to explore the Atlantic Ocean, as they think there's possibly land out here. They don't really think it's a huge ocean. Like not they're wrong, but they really think it's gonna end around somewhere like here. That's where their estimates show, but it's only halfway there. So, uh, what will they do? Well, one, expand their navy. And who are the lead contributors to this? Well, the French team want their navy to be like this is like probably the biggest navy power, and then maybe England or Scotland. No, definitely not Scotland. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, we'll just say England and France, the two biggest. Then again, the gold team. I didn't because the gold team are going to be a factor too, because they have this area down here. Yeah, so actually, the gold team would probably be the biggest. So it goes gold team at number one, French team at number two, and then England at number three. Talk about England and Scotland. They are now talking about doing a making a unified British Isles. Now, this won't be at the UK in our timeline. This is gonna be something different. But there are talks to unify these two because they get along very closely. They're like they're the most friendliest of nations in the whole world. Um, so it makes sense for them to do uh, a union because it would just benefit both of them in like every way. But we'll get back to them in a few, like probably in a few minutes. Time to go over to Asia and in particular Korea, but also China. Korea is now ready to do another voyage, and this is going to go amazing. The last voyage was bad. They lost a lot of their fleets because they didn't know. But now they have this island here, and they will now take. Oh, that's not. They will now take over this island here, and now that they have this, they can easily do a passage to here, which is a staging ground to set up uh, a area over here and another area over here. This is a plan the Koreans have been planning since last episode, and this is they will slowly but surely conquer. Well, not really conquer, but take over this whole southern island down here and make another claim over here. But that's all there's gonna be. Now let's go over to China, where the Chinese Civil War is still ongoing, and the South is going to lose more and more ground to the North, and it is clear that the North is going to win this war. And in the Chinese capital up here, they will start praising this day as the uh, the win of the Chinese Civil War, as this is probably this is by far the longest war. And for obvious reasons, I mean the countries are just really big. Even with foreign intervention on the side of the Orange Team, this southern Chinese country is still alive. So what will this southern Chinese country do? They will go up to Korea. They will say to Korea, "Help me crush the northern China, and if you help me, I will recognize you as the strongest Asian power, even stronger than India themselves, and you will just like basically I will just be under your control essentially, but not fully, And the Koreans are like, yeah, we're down. And this is something. So on the day where the uh the Koreans invade China, they are like, wait. Well, the Chinese are like, wait, why is this happening? And this is not good because all of their military assets, or at least 80% of them, is on this front. So when the Koreans invade and get over the capital, they encircle it very easily. This is gonna go extremely good for them because now even the Southern Chinese can push back up and basically just completely destroy everything as the troops in this area is completely just getting um paranoid. They don't know what to do. This has never happened before. And we even have this central Chinese country taking land that they claimed off of uh northern China, and they'll take some land but not all. And the southern Chinese country is just going to rapidly expand until they hit a wall of troops. But eventually, we're gonna go over here, and the capital is going to fall. And this is where Korea does something that's kind of weird. They could keep this land, and there's nothing stopping them, but they actually just give this land up to the southern Chinese country. But they do retain the land up there. Now, in the southern Chinese country, well, yes, China at this point will take all of the coast, and yeah, it's just there's now only one China, and that China is southern China. Now, this conquest would not go as fast as what I've shown. This is definitely a 10-year, maybe even 15-year span in just finishing this alone. But yeah, it's not gonna be fast as what it was definitely very long. And now we'll head over to the major city layer, and you can see all the major cities. I need to show these more, but I'm kind of dumb, so and I don't show them, which is very unfortunate on my part. But I will do if any more wars happen, I'll do the war on this layer, and this will be now made into a major city, and yep, and to update this now, I'll just simply do this. Although this I still need I'm still gonna be fully do, updating it off camera. Uh, okay, so the Chinese Civil War started in episode like what 5, episode 6, maybe even 7, maybe I don't know, I can't remember. But it is now ending, and this is the longest war ever in like the whole series. Now there was a point where southern and northern China weren't fighting, but that time doesn't last forever. And their capital is going to be moved. Actually, I can use some major cities for this. Uh, their capital is going to be moved from there all the way up to this major city right there. Now, why would they do this? Because they hate the Lime team, and they don't want their capital being extremely close to the enemy, which makes sense. I would not want, but that is now gonna be a major city, and I need to get this on the other layer, which is I think it was around here. But then that's just an estimation. So it could be wrong, it could be false, it could be true, but we'll say it's there anyway. But now Korea is going to be recognized as the strongest um uh Asian team, even though navally that's true, but it's I think it's India. I think it could definitely be India. India is very strong, but does India care? No, they're more focused on and they're part of Asia. But let's go over here to where we have the blue team meeting up with the beige team over here. So they take all of this land, and now all of this area is encircled by Asian powers. And we have the Persian team expanding greatly into this area. I'll try to make this look half decent. And they will expand greatly over here, and this Persian team is getting pretty big, but this is like the maximum they can go. They're not going to be going any further than this. The central Chinese, well, I guess not central anymore. Well, maybe it is, but I don't know. I don't want to call them central. Maybe I'll just call them Central China. They will annex all of this land here, which ultimately not a whole lot, but it's definitely noticeable. The yellow team will invade, not invade, but take land that is up to here. And honestly, we'll just have more of these like small. Well, I guess this one's gonna be a bigger claim. Yeah, definitely, yeah, bigger claim. But neither of these two countries wants to expand, so we'll just add more countries in here. One will be we can do a pink color. Well, the pink color, like right here, uh, we can even do like we can do a red country. We'll do like a orangey kind of thing. So we'll have that going right here. And down here, we can do a green country, sure. These guys will take all of this, and the rest of this land is going to go to one team, which is pretty big. We'll do. I don't want to do blue. We'll do a dark teal. Yeah, let's do this, and this will go all to them. So a lot of Asia is now filled in, and this is, I mean, this is a pretty historical moment for these guys because, well, for Asia, because a lot of Asia is like literally filled in. Mainland Asia anyway. The only thing now is discovering Russia, and there's room for wars now, especially how there's a lot more countries. There's definitely room for wars. And let's go. Let's hit packets down. 1, 2. Oh wait, oh the wrong size. Damn it. 1. Wait, is this the? Okay, yeah, no, that's right. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, so those guys now have capitals. All right, so now let's go back over to England and Scotland. These guys, well, Scotland in particular, are going to do a naval mission and just go north and find what you can find. And they will find this island, and this will say that this will appease England even more about this deal, or not deal, the what's it called? Oh, my brain's not working. The Union, because they're exploring land, so they can definitely contribute. And I need to do this. Alright, so, yeah, this is good enough. Okay, I'm not gonna butcher that island anymore. They will then continue going north, but eventually the conditions get pretty bad, and then they decide to head back. And as you can see, they're heading towards Iceland, which they feel like there's something up here, especially like around this certain area, and who knows, maybe we'll discover it. I mean, yeah, they probably will next episode. All right, so going to the Iberians, they will explore until this island and everything until home. So a lot more of the Atlantic is now getting explored, and they will now go over here and uh, take over this island because no one lives here for obvious reasons, and this will become a naval base. Name is that island. The French won't get lucky, and instead they're gonna find a whole bunch of ocean. But we are slowly but surely making our way towards the Americas. Now, it's gonna be a while until we actually get there. This is episode 16, I think. So, I'm gonna try for around episode 20 to make it. So 4 more episodes, and we will have the Americas being discovered. So we are slowly but surely getting towards colonization. Now, I think I was underestimating this world map because I think this is around the year 1100, but this is definitely not around the 1100. This is more around the year 1400 probably. So next episode I will decide the actual year of the timeline, but this is definitely more of 1500, maybe 1400 ish. But let's go into Russian exploration. Yeah, a lot of Russia's gonna get explored now. Okay, and all that. And, okay, what about over here in Korea? Well, the Koreans will go over here and find out a new island exists. And that's pretty cool. And, they won't waste any time to go and fully discover it all. And eventually we have this area being discovered, and this whole area over here gets fully discovered. As long as this island right here and over here, so yeah, their navy is incredibly powerful at this point, and people are now starting to settle Japan. So we'll probably see a lot of countries form up. Alright, let's go over to Africa as the final event of the video. It's gonna be a long event though, probably. Uh, we have we have this country, all 3 of these countries down here, coming together to explore southern Africa, and they will explore a lot of it. And this country will start to expand towards this lake. I think it's Lake Victoria, and head towards here, and they will take over a lot of land up in the northern area, and down in the southern area they will take land down here. Now I guess it's also important to talk about the militaries of Africa, and it's very obvious that this is the strongest country in Africa. This is a huge empire in Africa, and to an extent it may perhaps rival some European countries like the Orange Team, Greece, the Pink Team. Um, it would like they're stronger than these 3 countries. They're stronger than the Latvians, which may be surprising because Latvians are big, but also their location isn't really the best. But now we finally have waters in Africa starting to be discovered, and I should have really done this sooner, but we'll just say they got their navy now, and they're just gonna explore the coast, find some islands, and yeah, life is good in I guess Tanzania. I don't even know what to think, but that's what take over a lot of islands. But also, eventually, we have the discovery of Mozambique. We have all this water being officially discovered, and yeah, over the next couple of years, not years, more like months, all this is discovered, and this African team will, yeah, they're gonna pretty much claim here. They're gonna get as much as they can before a new country shows up. Actually, I don't like that color. Yeah, we can do that color. That's fine. But this country shows up and takes the rest, and this doesn't just happen instantaneously. It happens within a time, and their capital is going to be right there. And also talk about major cities. This Mozambique country definitely has some major cities at least, so we'll plop them down. And just find the major city color right there. That's the wrong. I'm on the wrong layer. Alright, so talking about major cities, we'll do African major cities. We'll have one major city here, one major city here, and one major city here. That is most likely where the major cities are located at. Within Ethiopia, there's one here, here, and actually probably this. Well, no, they're all on the coast. Actually, no, we'll do one inland because sure. Yeah. Over here, they probably only have one. These are not very strong, but they just have one major city over there. And at this point, that's the major cities done. And let's go over here, and more African exploration will be taking place as this African country explores a lot of this area over here. But they do still refrain from going to the more deserty parts for obvious reasons. We have a new country being formed on this eastern coast here, which is more of an bright yellow color. So this is gonna be annoying for the capital probably. And let's see, is it gonna be fine or is it gonna be bad? Yeah, it's gonna be bad. Okay, so we're gonna have to darken this a bit because you can barely see that. Alright, let's just darken that color. Alright, so that is going to be the end of this episode. Not a lot of events in Europe. Like actually, this is one episode with no wars in Europe. And you know what? Let's change that because a video without a European war. So let's go over here. Greece will invade over here and take some land over in the Greek in the Greek peninsula, in the Italian peninsula, and they won't get much as the war is stalemated, and they will take this land. And yeah, that's gonna be the war. All right, so one war in Europe. Yeah, Europe. A lot of Europe is kind of peaceful at this point. We'll do another event. More exploration in Russia and Finland. This lake is discovered. All right, that is the final event. Actual final event. Actually, one more. Is realistically this area would be discovered. This seawater would get discovered. Alright, I'm not changing anything else. This charts that I'm gonna be. There's some sea exploration I want to do right now, but I'm not going to. That is it for this. That is for this episode. I'll upload this probably tomorrow on Sunday. So, see you guys on the next episode, which I don't even know what that's gonna be. It could be my Sonic Wave Unlimited completion, as in I've gotten very close to doing it, but we'll see. I don't know what it's gonna be. Actually, you know what? It's probably gonna be balloons. That's probably what it's gonna be. I'm actually probably gonna edit that soon. So, see you guys in the next episode.